Both of my parents grew up painfully shy, and they really, really wanted their children to not be shy, and they overshot a lot. We're all four super obnoxious. But when I was about 10 years old, my mother insisted that I go to a drama class, which I didn't want to do, and I hated it. I just would get sick to my stomach, and she made me go week after week, and then we did the play. And in the play, my line was, "Well, the angel of the Lord was certainly different." And when I said that line, the audience erupted in laughter, and there was a light bulb that went on in that moment where I thought, oh, maybe drama club's not so bad. And I wonder sometimes, because it wasn't until a lot later that I went back into that world. But at 10 years old, that thought happened.
Normally when I break up with a guy, I just tell the parole officer to check his pee and it takes care of itself, you know?
First thing I remember noticing about Andrea was really that she was authentic. She is who she is, and she doesn't apologize for that, and I mean that in the best way. Like, she's very down to earth, and she will crack a joke about herself before anyone else in the room can do it. And she's never tried to put on airs of being an LA actress. She's maintained her Wisconsin roots. And I think that's unique, and there's a lot of people that lose themselves in the business.
I need to be when it comes to protecting my family. And Kate may trust you.
When I very first started at Stevens Point, they were doing the play Steel Magnolias, and the director that was directing that play was notorious at the time for never casting freshmen, and he cast me. And so right off the bat, when I started at Stevens Point, I had a feeling of excitement for that I had gotten cast in this Against the Odds, and that I was in a part of this show with only 6 women, and it was just this really exciting thing. And I just got to do these really incredible pieces of work that I think at the time were probably lost on me, that I didn't quite understand how great what I was doing actually was.
I remember watching Steel Magnolias and just being excited about that performer who was the youngest person cast in the play. And obviously I've seen her do so many things now at this point, and I think she's got an incredible sense of timing. She's got comic chops that have really served her well, and she's honing that in her real life just like she is when she's on film.
Did you get a corkscrew?
For me to memorize lines and go into an audition and there's a reader sitting there reading with me, I had been practicing that so that by the time I got in front of a camera, it didn't feel so scary like, gosh, I hope I get the job. It felt more like, well, I know how to do this. And I think when you're in the college experience and you're having to study for exams and you're having to memorize lines and you're having to perform, you get out into the world of pursuing acting and nobody cares if you've got something going on that night. You can't call the casting director and go, well, I can't do it tonight. Can I come in? You can't do that. You just go, okay, I guess I'm either skipping the thing that I'm going to tonight or I'm going to the thing that I'm staying up late. And all of that college experience at Stevens Point prepares you for that. I just was always like, can you even believe I'm doing this? Can you even believe I'm acting on a stage? And that's crazy, to me. I still feel that way. I still feel that way when I go to set.
I lead a group of students to London for the Theater in London trip, and while we were there on the last trip, she was in London filming Ted Lasso. And she was genuinely interested in meeting with them and talking with them and connecting with them. And I think something that Andrea and I share is we went through this program and then we wanted to come back and give back. And in the same way, when I talked to her about this award, the very first thing that she said wasn't about, oh my gosh, that's so cool. She said, will this help shine a light on what the Department of Theater and Dance does for the university, the community of Stevens Point, and our place for the arts in the central Wisconsin region? And it wasn't about her being like rah rah Andrea. It was about is this an important thing to do because it'll be useful for our mission.
My friend Tyler Marchant is working in the theater department at Stevens Point, and the Stevens Point is so lucky to have him because he is an incredible talent, an incredible artist. And Tyler told me that Thomas, your chancellor, is very supportive of the theater, and I am so happy to hear that. And it's a really special department. You have a really special person involved there with Tyler, and I hope it just continues to thrive.